today I'm going to be reviewing Suicide Squad. After a team of criminals lose their cushy prison cells, they decide to become the Suicide Squad. They stumble upon a gateway to another dimension that will release evil upon the world. Now the Suicide Squad must save the world from another bad DC film.
What?
Suicide Squad is the third film in the DC Comics Extended Universe. It follows close off the coattails of Batman vs. Superman, which we all know how much of a hit that was. Has Suicide Squad managed to turn things around for DC? So we know that there were a lot of production problems with this film as well. The film was rushed to meet August 2016 release date, for better or for worse. We also know that there were last-minute reshoots that was rumored to help increase the kind of comedic tone and to match kind of marketing. However, it was quickly rebutted that that wasn't the case, and it was done purely to increase the action in the film. So is that all true? I can't sugarcoat it. Suicide Squad is just quite blatantly a bad film. I know that it's being panned by critics, and I think rightfully so. I know there's some ridiculous nonsense about how Rotten Tomatoes needs to be shut down for their bad reviews on DC films, but at some point you've got to, DC and WB, you have to wake up. You have to see what these people are saying. I don't give a shit how much money the film makes. People are going to see the film because it's so bad. They're seeing all these negative reviews and they want to go see the film. They want to say, oh my gosh, this film sounds awful. Let's go see if it really is that bad. That's why these films are making money. And it's frustrating because you want these studios to make a better film, to make a more interesting film, to have better, richer characters. But at the same time, they don't have to give a care, because you know what? We're giving them all our money. We're giving it all to them. We're like, yes, take it all. Take our hard-earned money. It's fine. We don't give a care. We just want to see the bad, schlock that you hand out to us. So it's partly our fault as well for going and actually seeing these films. I wasn't excited about Suicide Squad at the very beginning. I really, really, really wasn't. Like I said, it looked confused. It looked like it just didn't know what in the world it was trying to be or what it was trying to do. But I did get this little glimmer of hope right before it came out, thinking, you know what, maybe it will be good. And it wasn't. It was terrible. Is it Batman vs. Superman bad? I don't know. I think they're both very, very bad films for very different reasons. Suicide Squad, it looks like they tried to have fun. It looks like there was some moments where they were like, yeah, we're doing something kind of fun and quirky here. I understand that, when you have a script, that it can, when you finish that script from script to screen, it can change quite a lot. I'm not going to just sit here and say, the writers of this film, shame on you, to a certain degree. The studio interference obviously had, some weights into why this film didn't succeed. They wanted to quickly adjust the tone, and there's the rumors that they had to pull in all these different editors to kind of work with what they had to rejig the tone of the film. If you go to the cinema, you expect 3 acts, a beginning, a middle, and an end. This film felt like you're watching television, you're skimming through the channels, you pass an explosion, so you go back and you kind of start watching something that is quite blatantly midway through. That's how Suicide Squad felt. From the opening all the way through to the end, I just kind of felt like, am I just watching one giant third act? Because, sorry guys, but I'm not buying into these characters. I don't feel like there's any kind of depth, or I felt like I felt like I was missing something, and I thought, well, obviously what I'm missing, if it was something I cut on TV, I thought, well, I would have missed that because that would have been at the beginning of the film, and maybe could have been okay. But no, there was just, it just felt it felt soulless. It felt like it wanted to have a soul, but it just was sucked out of it. The reasons behind that, I don't know. Is this studio interference that caused that? Because there was such a backlash over Batman versus Superman that they wanted to rush and change everything to make this, you know, a dark comedy, which it's not. You know, did they want to, you know, kind of emulate that, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy tone? They failed miserably, but they did manage to use Spirit in the Sky. I think David Ayer might have had a good idea, might have had some fun stuff to play with, but studio interference potentially really affected the film. When you read the synopsis of what's been released and what you see in the trailers, I mean, it's one of those things where they just don't show you what's really going to happen. They try and trick you. You're led to believe that the Joker is going to be a huge part of this narrative, and he's not. The Joker is very sidelined and relatively pointless. Really, the story is that Enchantress is forced into partnership with Amanda Waller because Amanda Waller has her heart. Enchantress decides to break free of Amanda Waller, and she needs her brother in order to do so. So she releases his soul into someone else's body, and they decide to wipe out humanity. That's it. I feel like I was watching, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, and World's End, where they have Davy Jones's heart and they're making him do stuff. But I also felt like I was watching a higher end budget episode of Charmed. It was just, but you know, and then, you know, obviously a huge there's a huge portion of the plot that is basically Ghostbusters. You know, what story are you trying to tell? Whose story are you trying to tell? This was just like, okay, now we're gonna be the fun action comedy. Now we're going to be the horror. Now we're going to be, you know, this governmental political thriller. Like, you know, make up your mind. There was no real clear motivation for anyone at all. I mean, I really just felt like it was a weak, disastrous, and unoriginal film. I don't want to sit here and say that the director was terrible. I don't want to sit here and say that all the actors were terrible. I don't think that they were. I would be slightly interested to see what the original cut of the film looked like. Would it be more dark in tone, and therefore would that help it out, or not? I don't know. I would be interested to see that. Can be a good idea in there that is completely destroyed by the studio's interference. Let's talk about the characters. Your predominant characters are, you know, Amanda Waller, Captain Flag, Deadshot, and Harley Quinn. And then the rest of the Suicide Squad are just kind of there to offer a few quips and things like that. But what I found really annoying is that some of the characters were just nothing more than stereotypes. Boomerang. He's just a crazy Australian. That's it. Whatever was given to us on screen was pathetic. Killer Croc. He basically fits the stereotype of black man. That's about it. And his mouth can't move. I mean, he's basically there just to let you know that he's a black man. And I mean, even design-wise, he just looked like a more mature Goomba from the Super Mario's film. I just want to know why in the hell he was wearing a hoodie the entire time. Katana, yeah, she's a person in the film. Amanda Waller, I don't know what I think or feel about this character or this characterization of the character. I think Viola Davis is a good actress. I think she can be a good Amanda Waller. I think the film didn't know who the hell Amanda Waller was, because her character throughout the film just seems ambiguous. You know, are you trying to do a good thing by doing something like this? Or are you a bad person? The questions that I have about her aren't questions that the film was clever enough to pose to you. They're questions that arose from just her stupid behavior. You're being mean to the bad guys, which I get, so I'm not really saying, I don't see you as a bad guy when you're doing that kind of stuff. I'm not really seeing your devilish side, apart from one scene where, you know, she kills some people that were like government agents, and Captain Flag's like, oh, I understand wanting to, you know, not leave any loose ends. But why were they loose ends? I don't even know why she killed those guys. I didn't like Deadshot either. You know, it's kind of a typical Will Smith character of, you know, struggling with this moral compass, and, you know, oh, I don't believe in love, and, you know, I'm a killer, therefore I can't love, yet he blatantly loves his daughter. My understanding and what I expected of Deadshot was to be a smart mouth, ruthless killer. Their moral compass is very much, you know, however they set it. Harley Quinn was, when they say they were wanting to add more humor, I'm assuming they meant with her. When they go into her backstory, it is actually interesting. It's fun when they are showing you how she met the Joker, how the Joker kind of manipulated her, and how she became the craziness that she is. When we're seeing her with the Suicide Squad, she's really just there to be like, oh look, it's Chick in hot pants, you can see her butt cheeks, or to offer those snarky, funny one-liners that felt overdone. Every time she's on scene, she's always like, right, I get it, she's crazy. Can we try a different joke? And that's, you know, they fell into that trap a lot with Harley Quinn, the kind of the oops or the I'm back. There was a lot of things buzzing around the internet at the moment that talk about the deleted scenes from the film, and apparently a lot of those scenes have to do with the Joker. You know, is there a better film on the cutting room floor now? Part of what I read does mention that is about, you know, the Joker and about, you know, Harley Quinn and that relationship, and going more into that. And that's some of what was deleted. You know, was Suicide Squad supposed to be a vehicle to show the Joker and Harley Quinn and their mental relationship? You know, was that really supposed to be the A story? With everything else kind of, you know, secondary to that? I don't know, but I could quite easily see that being the case. The reason for that is, you know, the main villain, Enchantress, is bloody stinking pointless. She's in some building doing her little dance for 2 days, shooting up typical blue light into the sky, while her all-powerful brother is just standing there. And the ending really is the same as Ghostbusters. And I can't tell you how many scenes are just of the squad walking and walking. It was like walking to bloody Middle Earth and back with this film. Like, there was actually probably less walking in Lord of the Rings than there was in Suicide Squad. We walk from here to here, we walk from here to there, we walk from here to there, we walk everywhere. What I liked about Suicide Squad, backstory of Harley Quinn and the Joker, I did like most of the scenes where with Batman. I like the title credits and I like the end credits. If Wonder Woman doesn't do what it looks like it should do, I'm done. I'm not gonna invest in so many different cinematic universes when, you know, they're either average to good or shit to bland. You know, come on, fool me once, fool me twice. Now I just must be enjoying the torture. It would have been a really great moment to have a film that didn't deal with big bright lights shooting up in the sky. Man of Steel shooting from polar opposites of the world. The whole Doomsday shooting up in the sky and blowing everything up. Suicide Squad, lights shooting up in the sky, destroying things all over the world again. Let's bloody rein it in. What is going to be different about Justice League? Nothing. It's going to be a film of utter destruction. Suicide Squad would have been a great moment to reel it in, give us maybe a nice heist story or something like that, you know, where, you know, the squad, once they're assembled, say, okay, look, if you want us to do that, you do it our way. Therefore, we get to watch them as a team come up with an idea, come up with a way of getting in and getting out of whatever situation that they have to deal with. Definite swing and a miss, which is a shame. So comment below, let me know what you thought of Suicide Squad. Was it everything you wanted and more? So let me know. See you guys. Suicide Squad, everyone.